Welcome back to the
Shit Show.
Brought to you by Shag Mag. Shag Mag is the one, the only digital magazine featuring the hottest women all over the internet, 100% uncensored.
100% of the time.
That is right. Woo! How are we feeling tonight?
I'm getting better and better. Every episode, I'm like, shit show. Ooh, ooh, ooh.
Oh
shit show.
Help us, Lord. This is gonna be interesting. This is gonna be really interesting. I am your host, Julia Rose, and this is your second host,
Becca.
You never add anything. You need some kind of flair.
I know, but it's just funny because
something.
It's like every time I've had fucking 53 episodes or however much we've made.
This is like
27, whatever. And I'm always like, next time, every time when you're like, and this is, I'm like, okay, well, I'll say Becca this time, and then next time I'm gonna have something for sure.
What would your like if you were a superhero? Yeah. What if you were a superhero, Bex? What would your like slogan be?
Super puss.
No, but like you're like one liner, like dun da da da. It's Super Puss.
Dun da da. It's Becca.
No, you need like a catchphrase.
I don't know. I'll think about it.
Here to have sex before the first date.
Oh my God, one time.
We'll get into that. Before we dive into today's episode, I just want to give a little quick shout out to Tina and Grayson from Fort Lauderdale. I went to. You're like looking as if they're like in the room.
We got a huge crowd, you guys.
They're not here. But I went to Florida this last week, and I was telling you a little bit.
Oh, yes. Oh, my God. Tina, Grayson, love you.
Now it clicks. For
no,
her.
I know. Yeah, you guys were on a boat.
No,
with Grayson.
No. But yeah, let's not get into like I don't want people to know where it was, but like she like gives them my exact address. You were at this location. No, but I ran into I was chilling in Florida this last week, and listen, I love the men that come up to us. Totally appreciate it. But I really, really love our girls. Like, our girls out there, if you're listening to this, I love y'all. Yeah. And don't ever be shy. Like, some of the girls are kind of, like, more hesitant to come up to us. But I love hearing girls and, like, their stories and what they have to share. Like, it was so cool in Florida. The amount of girls that came up to me and just were, like, pumped about the shit show.
Looks like I'm going to Fort Lauderdale next.
I know. We should go to Florida like this upcoming. I went, I'm like, you guys from Florida are crazy. They're nuts.
I've never been.
It's
I gotta go.
So fun. We have to go back. And we have to like actually plan it and do it right. Go hang out with girls. Get crazy. It's crazy down there. The quarantine does not exist in Florida.
Oh,
there's like full on clubs open.
Well, I'm excited. I love the club. You know
me and you have never experienced a club together.
We've never been to a club together. Can you believe that?
And it's almost our year anniversary.
Thank God. Everyone, the governments like do not open the clubs. They've never been to a club together. They're gonna go off.
They can't handle it.
It's
almost our year anniversary.
I know.
Aww.
Oh my goodness.
I'm so excited. What are we gonna do?
Oh my God.
What do you have
planned? Do you have any reservations, or do I have to throw a fight?
I got you. No, but this is an exciting episode. I'm really excited to dive into this, but I just had to give my girls some love because I got a lot of love from them in Florida. So shout out to Tina, shout out to Grayson, and shout out to every bad bitch watching this right now because we love you.
I love you guys.
For sure. So if you are having trouble in the dating department, ladies and more so gentlemen, I feel like more so gentlemen, we have this episode just for you. Are you excited?
I'm excited.
I'm excited.
I think, yeah.
What do you think?
I think everyone needs some tips.
Just the tips.
Ari. Going on a date right now?
Oh, he is. Our producer's about to go on a date. So this is for you. I just wanted to introduce today. It is my pleasure to introduce Mr. Maxim himself. Come on up. Everyone give him a round of applause. Woo!
Max Maxim.
Mr. Max Maxim. Say that 3 times fast. Go.
Max Maxim, Max Maxim, Max Maxim.
Ooh.
You know. Right. This has been a wild 24 hours.
I know. He actually just flew in just for us in less than 24-hour notice from Jersey. Are you excited? And then he's going to fly back tonight.
Wait, I actually got you that mug in honor of you. The you up text. I was like, you up, come down here.
That's what I asked. You're like, hey, how's it going? Are you up? Can you get on a plane in 10 hours for us, please?
I like it. I just did it for the producer, though. I mean, it's perfect timing.
It's perfect timing. All right, so let's dive right in. because you have a plane to catch. And Ari's got a date, and me and Becca have to. What are we doing tonight?
Taking nudes of each other.
Yeah, we are. We are doing that. We decided to take nudes of each other today. We both started OnlyFans. So me and Bex are gonna take nudes of each other. So let's give people a little bit of rundown, guys and girls that are watching this. A little bit of background about you. You are a coach. Is that the right? Okay.
Yes.
So give us a little breakdown of what makes you a dating coach. Is it like classes? Like how do you become a dating coach?
For sure. So, when I was in high school, I was 245 pounds and I'm 175
No way.
now. Yeah.
Well, then you should be a fitness trainer.
But here's the thing though. When I lost all the weight and I felt I started looking better and I started doing cooler things in business and whatever, it's like the girls still didn't come. Mm-hmm. And for that point, I just felt like I was lied to because it's like, if you start looking better, you start making more money, you start doing all this cool stuff, like girls are going to come. And I was like, wait a minute. You need a personality. I think girls like a personality. And, for the next 3 or 4 years of my life, I was basically just trying to figure out, what is the science between men and women communication because it's so different from men to men and men talking. And over that, a few friends started asking me for advice here and there. And I was like, wait a minute. There might be a way to monetize this.
Yeah.
And now, for the past 2 years or so, I've been helping men attract high quality girls into their life. What is
classified as a girl as high quality girls?
So I feel like it's a little bit different for every man, but I would say that a girl that they find attractive, as well as a girl that can bring value to their life, and they can do it back for her as well.
Yeah, I'm like, where's our high quality men at? High quality women. Are you currently in a relationship? No? Okay, isn't that kind of contradicting? Why aren't you in a relationship?
I don't think so. Maybe I'm just still waiting for like my high quality girl.
But how? Okay, but I guess some football coaches haven't actually played football.
True that.
Yeah, coaches don't play, guys.
I'm wondering. But so what keeps you, if you're a dating coach and you have all this great information, what keeps you from going into a relationship?
I think probably I'm married to my business right now.
Okay, I feel that.
Oh my gosh, seriously. I also think, don't you realize that the girls or guys that give you advice during a relationship are usually the ones not in a relationship because they're not love blind?
Yeah, I mean, that's true. And I have to
Stigmatized.
say, it's kind of, I'm interested to see how this episode goes because the whole reason I really started Shagmag and even the shit show is because I didn't think men should be getting dating or sex advice from other men. Yeah. So I'm interested to see the advice and, things you tell them. And I'm interested to see how me and Becca, what our ideas are compared to yours because I just felt like, especially guys giving locker room dating and sex advice, I'm like, after hearing what guys were saying, like, is that true? Like, does that actually work?
So the funny thing is, I don't think guys should get advice as much from like their friends and other women in their life. Maybe even like a mother kind of figure or just best friends that are women. Because, if they're already in the friend zone with a girl, they're clearly not doing something correct. And I don't think that girl is probably the girl that's going to help them. Yeah.
So how does it work? Like someone wants advice. There's a guy watching this or, at home and he wants to get back into the dating world and he would come to you. What is it, like a course? Do you meet with them? Is it like kind of one-on-one, like counseling? How does it work?
So the only way I'm willing to work with people is one-on-one because I feel when it's in a group, it's just impossible to actually get into their own situation.
Yeah. And it's not like courses. It's really one-on-one work.
One-on-one mentorship. Yep. I meet up with them once a week and, coach them for X amount of time that I feel that they need to accomplish their goal. And it's definitely different based off of the guy's career, honestly.
Yeah.
Because guys in different careers, guys in more like masculine careers and more like factual careers have trouble connecting with women emotionally.
Like, give me an example of a career.
I have so many clients that are lawyers, accountants, all that stuff, and they cannot connect with women because all day they look at facts, all day they look at numbers, and they have no idea how to get a girl into her feminine energy. And if you cannot get a girl into her feminine energy, attraction will never spark.
Okay, what does that mean? Feminine energy. Break that down for me.
Sure. So I feel that right now in 2020, 2021, every girl is obviously working, going to school, doing all that stuff, which is awesome. But throughout the day, she has to be accessing more of her masculine energy. She has to be making decisions. She has to be independent. She has to be leading herself, doing all these things. Now, this is why I wanted to come on. I really wanted to see what you guys felt and what you guys think about this. So I feel like when they're out on a date, when they're in a relationship, I don't think they want that responsibility. I don't think they want to be in their masculine because they're in their masculine 9 to 5. They want a guy to put them and relax them into their feminine energy.
Oh God, Becca's already sold. Becca doesn't count on this. Becca, if you open the car door for Becca, she thinks that's romantic. So we're just gonna.
I'm like,
no, but I feel this.
Wait, 5 o'clock. I'm done being masculine, okay?
Keep going.
Exactly. And then you go out on a date with some guy looking at you to make every single decision, looking at you to be the independent one to lead him. And it's like, when does your day end? It's like going out on a date with this guy is work.
Seriously.
My ears just had an orgasm.
Like, no, when do you just get to be a feminine woman and be treated like one?
Instead of choosing where we should eat.
Seriously.
Take care of it.
Exactly. What if you just had a guy do all that for you and allow you to feel completely safe and trusted and just enjoy yourself?
Why do you think guys don't take that initiative? Is it because they think that women, like, obviously we want a choice. And I think we've kind of put the pressure to, like, want to be equal and, like, voice our opinions and voice it. So I think maybe that goes in hand, or do you think they really just don't want to make decisions?
Well, of course you guys, like, are equal. What you guys are doing here is amazing.
Yeah.
But I don't think you really, truly want to be equal out on a date. Like, it might be what a lot of people say. I don't know if that's truly what we feel.
Yeah, maybe not so much on a date, and I think that's where, like, the battle might be is. Mm-hmm. So is that the first step you take in is, like,
totally
finding this feminine energy?
Well, number one, first step is helping them with their state. Because look, like I don't actually say the coolest things. I'm not the funniest person in the world. I'm not the greatest conversationalist, but I have really good energy behind my words.
Yeah.
And 93% of human communication is not what you say. It's the energy behind what you say. So I think online when you look for dating advice, it's like, say this line, text her this. That's 7% of it. If you just worried about being an attractive person and having that energy come across and penetrate her,
Ooh.
I think that would get way farther, even if you didn't say cool things.
Yeah. Do you think that makes it harder? Because I feel like this generation is so digital driven.
Yeah.
Of, like, how do you show that energy in a world that is so digital? Like, can you show that energy over text?
Yeah. I love voice messages, number one.
I do too.
I might even send you guys
You know,
one.
a lot of people have been going over to that. I feel.
So, like, really quick tip. When you make a voice message, what you want to do
This is quick tip number one.
you want to put the microphone really close to your mouth.
As a guy or as a girl or as
As
both?
a guy, because then it sounds like they're talking in your ear.
Ooh.
Versus, like, far away.
Ari's taking
He's like,
notes.
hey, can you hear me?
Yeah.
No, that's cool.
Just close to your, and that's, what do you think? That just
I just think it's a little seductive.
What's like, okay, let's say you're starting to date this girl, right?
Oh God, is this like another? Becca likes to tell stories that are very personal to her. She's like,
I'm ready.
let's just say you're blonde and you're on a podcast and you want to know that.
No, I'm just like wondering, like, for people that are like just fresh dating, like where it's still kind of like
The freshies.
it's not exclusive. You know what I mean?
Sure.
But so you think, like, what would be like a good voice message just to like check in?
Just a check
Like,
in.
or kind of
No, I like that. I like that.
you know, instead of being, because like I feel like sometimes like, because people will take like the information of being dominant and kind of take it too far, like where it's like, okay, dinner with me this day, that's it. You know what I mean? And then the girl's kind of like, wait. So
I
like
agree.
in a fresh relationship, or when you first start talking to
That
someone.
even sounds like scripted when guys do that. That's like the
Yeah.
number one mistake. It's like, oh, be dominant. He's like, 7:00 tonight. You're
Yeah.
going to meet me here. It's like
Yeah.
so over the top. What's
Yeah.
so much better is like, hey, there's this amazing taco place I just found out about. I'm going to it this week. You should come. I'm thinking either Thursday or Friday. Which day works better for you? So it's like the littlest decision in the world. And that's the best way to ask out a girl, by the way, because, and I really want your guys' opinion on this, but if I said, like, Becca, Friday night, do you want to do this with me? It's like,
I'm gonna be like, oh my God, like, no.
She's
No,
like,
but
my God.
it's so, I feel like it's so tying, like where it's like, oh my God, like I don't want to say no, but like I'm really busy, and it's like, it's just gonna become like a burden maybe, like if someone has like so much shit going on, you know, where
If
it's
they're
like
a
maybe
high-quality
Saturday
girl,
works better,
they probably do.
you know.
Yeah, no.
I don't know, but you
no,
get it.
I'm laughing because you're like, people have so much going on. I see you just like
I'm just
with her
figuring
meat
myself.
thermometer, trying to figure out what degree her steak is going. I'm so busy right now.
Like I just have so much going on. Jesus, take the wheel because I'm fingering myself on the highway.
Okay, first of all, that was my line.
I know. Okay, let's redo it. Cut.
No. Becca's in charge. Obviously, she's our mug girl. I got show me your kitties today. She said
She's our mug girl. I went from director of first impressions to mug girl.
she's way more than our mug girl. We're getting way sidetracked, but she has Jesus take the wheel. And I said last episode, I don't know if you've watched it. It just came out today, but Becca admitted to fingering herself on the highway And that's why I said Jesus has to take the wheel because Becca's hands are busy. It doesn't matter. We don't have to get into that. That's not on topic at all. Okay, go on. So you were saying, give us the examples again one more time, the text.
Yeah, so it's like, Becca, do you want to do this with me? Do you want to go get tacos with me tonight? You assume, but subconsciously you might assume that if you say no to me, I'm just going to sit at home and do nothing and like jerk off to Shag Mac.
Yeah. Oh,
something.
perfect. Plug.
But if I said something else like, I'm going to go do this thing. It's going to be fun. You should come. It's almost like you get this element of FOMO now. Like, I'm going to go out. I'm going to have a good time. I think you're a cool person. I want you to come along. True. But if you don't want to come, that's completely fine too.
I like want to go through my texts and see like, just compare like who has sent me what and be like,
So I look back on text. You asked me a question before. You said like, what would you send as a voice message?
Yeah.
So a lot of times I'll like show my guys my actual texts because I feel like it's the best way to learn. And during quarantine, there was this one girl who messaged me like, I don't know when we're going to get to see each other with all this craziness. And my voice message was simply just like, I know it's such a crazy time, but you know, we're going to get through this. And when we do, it's going to be awesome. And it's like, the words aren't amazing, but
just like,
giving her hope
do you think,
goes a long way.
Do you think it's intimidating? Me personally, I would find it intimidating dating someone who, you know, is a dating coach because it's like almost like not brainwashing. That's such a bad way to put it, but like
it's like, you know, all the tricks.
Yeah,
huh?
it's like I'd be second guessing every move of just like, is this him or is this some kind of?
But when you're doing that, you're investing in me, and then my value is growing.
And he's like, wait, either way.
Also, honestly, I feel like, you know how you were saying voice memos are like the best of voice messages?
Yes.
I do feel like people that send voice messages tend to like come off more confident.
Yeah, no, 100% they do.
Like if you're like just saying something, because like a girl, like if a guy sends like a voice memo, most often like the girl will reply with like a normal text, whatever, like this and that. But a guy just like replying with a voice memo,
it's hot.
Seems like it's kind of like, oh, whatever. Like I'm just gonna reply because it's easier for me and it's like hotter.
Yeah,
100.
I think it's hotter.
I think it's cool.
Okay, so take me back. So you say you take them, you take guys in at like their initial their stage. Do you how do you pick your clients? Is it kind of just you have an intro to them and then how do you pick? You're like, okay, I want to work with this guy.
Yeah, so like I'm not really into like the college kid who just wants to like fuck a bunch of girls.
Okay, thank
honestly.
you.
I'm not saying that I only want to work with you if you want to get married.
Yeah.
Not what I mean. A lot of my clients will be like probably close to 30. They spend all of their 20s working on their career. So they have their wealth down, they have their career, and they thought the dating life would come along with that. But again, they forgot about the personality portion, just like I did.
Yeah.
And I feel like they're at this point now where they're still trying to learn what their preferences are, making up for lost time. And I would say most of my clients probably date around for like 6 months to a year, and then probably settle down with like one really cool girl.
That's like, so you could call yourself like the modern day Cupid. A little bit.
I like it.
Goodness.
I like
love that.
Okay, so a guy comes in, you help him with a certain state. So you like, what, do you encourage him to get to the gym, clean up?
Totally.
Yeah.
You'd be surprised how much of the coaching is not even dating coaching.
Yeah.
You'd be surprised it's just self-development altogether.
And it takes, well, how long are they kind of in that stage? Like, when do you move them on into like what, how does it work?
Like when you're like, okay,
Time to take you out the nest. Fly, baby bird.
When do they actually start talking to girls?
Yeah.
Interesting. I want them to talk to people immediately. I want them to talk to the girl at the cashier, checking out. Like, I want them to start getting their social muscle going. And this is like a huge tip for, I think, a lot of guys who are like going out on a club, going out on a date tonight. I think a big problem people make is it's like your social muscle is a muscle. And it has to be exercised, it has to be trained. And it's like, I feel like so many guys don't talk to anyone the entire day besides their male friends. And then they wait online on a club and try and pump themselves up like it's a light switch that you could turn on and off. And it's crazy. And then they wonder why when they get in the club, they completely fail and get nervous and whatever. Yeah. But it's like me, my clients, we're talking to people immediately when the day starts. Like, talk to the barista. I'm not saying pick her up, but just start getting that social muscle going.
Yeah, you can practice on like girls that like you don't really want that much.
Do you know how many girls I meet on the line before I even get in the club?
Yeah.
It's like just to get the social muscle going.
I like that. I like that a lot.
That is really good. You could try out. Also, like I have heard that like people will try out things with like just like girls that like, okay, this sounds fucked up, but like
oh God.
Just like girls that they're not trying to date or anything like that. Just like any girl, just to see like kind of like reactions or whatever, like see like how like just to kind of practice like in like a way. So like when you're out with your guys, instead of being like, oh, like I don't know, I think I'm gonna keep this line or whatever, like the worst thing that can happen is that they're like not interested. And what, are you gonna die? No. Yeah. So you might as well just shoot your shot.
Famous words of Becca, are you gonna die? Nah,
probably not.
So you take them into stages. You encourage them to start talking to other women.
Yes.
How do you, like, what's next? Like, it's just like, what do you find is like where guys need the most help, and like, what's your best advice that you give them?
I think they probably need the most help in, like we said, the whole masculine and feminine dynamic is huge, because again, it's like when a girl gets off of work or out of school.
Yeah, let's go back to this because I love this.
Yeah, I like this too.
When she arrives on that date, when she arrives on this date tonight, right? She had to drive there, she had to Uber there, she had to do whatever. She had to be independent, she had to make a lot of decisions. She's in her masculine energy. And when you're in your masculine energy, it's impossible for attraction to spark. Attraction cannot spark tonight until you put this girl in her feminine energy. And the cool thing is, like, she wants to be there. She literally wants to be there. And I like to think of it this way. When her masculine energy is there, her wall is up. When her feminine energy is there, it's like the wall crumbles. And you just notice that it starts flowing so much better. It's actually like a man talking to a woman, not two people.
How do you think you trigger I feel like me and you are very different when it comes to this. I feel like you almost fully live in your feminine energy, which isn't a bad thing. I think Bex, even when it comes to work, I'm like, holy fuck, Bex, where are you?
Like, what do you think, huh?
But
I can't decide. Red or off red?
She's great. No, I just think Becca's okay. On the other hand, I feel like it takes, I don't even know if I shut it off.
Yeah, she's just boss mode all the time. So please help.
I'm like asking, like, what do you think? What are tips? Even like, how do guys take down those walls? Like, how do they trigger that feminine energy and like kind of get that started?
Of course. I mean, number one, being really solidly in their masculine energy is going to make a difference, because I think a lot of men you guys meet are not solidly there.
True.
And if a woman doesn't feel like she's in the presence of like a true masculine energy, she's not going to relax into her feminine energy because she's not going to feel comfortable. Like, if you don't trust this guy to lead you, of course you're going to stay in your masculine energy.
Yeah.
How can you ever feel safe?
So bad at that.
It's like, how can you ever feel safe? But it's not even your fault.
Yeah.
You might be a little bit harder, but it's not your fault. You know, it's definitely them. So I wouldn't even blame yourself. I think subconsciously, I think all girls will kind of give a guy a shit test at some point.
What's a shit test?
I think she will probably try and do something to like ping at his confidence, to like make a decision for him, like really aggressively or something like that.
Give me an example. We're on a date.
Yeah,
what do you think I would do?
Sure. I'm going to go to the bathroom. Wait here. You know, something like that.
We both make faces. But I got to be honest. As a girl, from my perspective, I don't think we maybe, at least me personally,
Sure.
I could see myself saying that, but not with the intention to be like, am I more masculine than this guy? But I can totally see myself.
But imagine like the one guy was like, okay, I'll be right here, Julia. And then the other guy was
I'd
like,
be like,
I'm going to
oh
go grab
my
a drink.
God,
I'll be
good.
right over there when you get out.
Oh.
Like, what guy are you most likely to
Holy
have a better time with?
fuck.
You came, didn't you?
Imagine me being like,
Very
I'm going
feminine.
to the bathroom. I'll be right back. And be like, I'm going to go get a drink. I'll wait for you over there. Like, holy shit.
Yeah,
You
wow,
don't.
just the
You would
little
come
things.
out of the bathroom so much more feminine.
Oh, yeah. I'd come out of the
You really
bathroom. Yeah, I'd come out of the
Wait.
girl's bathroom as a girl.
Just dying, literally imagining Julia. The guy's like, okay, I'm gonna go get a drink right over there. Julia's like, holy shit, no way. Oh my God. All right.
I called
I'll see
Becca
you
in
there,
the
I
bathroom.
guess.
I'm like, Becca, I told him to wait right there, and he said no. Becca be like, Miriam, I'm coming as I speak.
I'm like, there's no way. I'm like, scoot over, Julia.
So give me. I love this. Give me more examples. I want to hear more. Like, how else could they trigger this feminine energy?
Of course. Again, I think that I remember I was in New York once. I was with this girl. We were walking down the street. There was someone who was clearly on drugs, like clearly like someone you didn't
in
want
New York,
right? And he's like stumbling all around the sidewalk. And when
Sounds like me.
it was
Sounds like
Becca.
a typical Saturday
We
night.
ran into Becca. I think a big thing when you're out on a date is if you're present, I think you'll be shocked at how much you'll actually pick up from the girl. It's like guys are like, oh, I don't know how to read girls. I don't know whatever. It's like because you're in your head. When you're in your head,
Or
you're
on
dead.
your phone.
Definitely.
Yeah, don't go on your fucking phone.
That's
oh
so
my
annoying.
God.
Definitely. When you're present, it's like you will pick up so much of her vibe and what she needs. So we're walking down the street, and it's like I can clearly tell that this girl is worried that we're gaining on this guy. We're gonna pass him. And I'm like, yeah, she's not cool about that. She's not upset about that. So all I did is I went up behind her. I put my hands on her hips, and I just went in her ear, and I was like, it's cool. Like, let's just wait here and let him get some distance. And the second I did that, I felt her like relax into my arms. She felt so much more trusting in me as a masculine force in her life. That she just so much more, again, relaxed into her feminine, dropped that wall, and we had a way better time.
Wow.
Just all because of that. So it's like if you're present, it's like you'll pick up on what she needs, and if you can deliver it before she has to do it,
That's the key.
she's going to be more
Can
feminine.
you say that one more time?
Deliberate. What is it?
Yeah, like if you're present, you will figure out what she needs. And if you could deliver it before she has to go into her masculine energy and do it for herself, you'll have a way better date.
So true.
Or ask for it.
100%.
I feel like a lot of guys might struggle with this, though. I've even ran into the issue of dating, I feel like guys have to be really, really secure. I don't know. You can almost sniff out, like, I feel like guys kind of go in the opposite, where if they do feel like a girl is more on the masculine side, has the masculine energy, they almost retract, and they almost, like, they have more feminine energy, and they, like, want to be taken care of, and and then it's like you almost get more masculine as
friend zone.
Yeah, exactly. But sometimes, I don't know, as a caretaker.
Sometimes it's mother.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sometimes I feel like it can become, instead of where it's like, when guys are like, oh, take care of me, this and that, then it becomes like mothering, where it's like, oh, I need to take care of him. You know, where it's like not even like friend zone, where it's like, okay, we're done, and then we're just like chill. Yeah. Like it's just like,
I feel like it's a confidence.
Baby
Yeah, but see, it's tough for me because I actually like that. I like to be the caretaker in a relationship, and I like to have. Would you say that's more masculine?
No, I think it's really feminine.
To be a caretaker?
Maybe not financially and like decision making wise, but I think, you know, being nurturing and caring and emotionally supportive is incredibly feminine, you know? So I think there's a super feminine way to do that for sure.
Okay.
I think that's probably what you actually like a little bit more.
What?
You just said you want to be like more of that caretaker.
That's the one thing I love in the relationship. I love to take care of the person. I really, truly love, like, I mean, growing up in the South. But like how though? I mean, growing up in the South, it was, it's acts of service. So it's like doing their laundry, making sure when the guy comes home, his laundry's clean, it's put away, there's food on the table. It's doing those little things that like show that that you care. And I feel like that's kind of how I grew up, just showing, different people that I care. But I do feel like it can come off a little bit masculine to guys if I'm like doing so much. If I'm like, I feel like I do almost too much.
What about like, it's like business wise? Because I feel like laundry and like cooking and stuff like that, that's what I like, where it's like,
I agree.
I want that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But like where it's like business wise, like if you're like kind of like, I'm busy like here and here and here.
Yeah. Like, yeah, I guess like.
Sit down, we're doing your taxes right now.
No, but I feel like, I guess you can relate to this, is like my job always comes first to me, and it always has. Right. So it's how do you balance that as a guy? Like, how does a guy, I feel like I have a lot of masculine energy to me. For sure. So I feel like, yeah, it's cool saying, oh, I'm going to do this. Is there other key ways that a guy can trigger that feminine energy in more masculine women?
I think by calling it out. Straight up, like calling out, not in like a disrespectful way, not in a way that's going to make her closed off. But imagine if a guy just took you out on a date and was like, Julia, put down your phone. Tonight, you're going to be a woman. You're going to enjoy it. It's going to be an amazing time. I don't want you making any decisions. I don't want you leading. I want you to relax and just enjoy this. Like, how much better of a date would that be? Like, I feel like your shoulders would just drop.
I'm like, let's go.
You cannot even lie. That would turn you on.
Oh, 100%.
You would literally be wet.
Oh, 1,000%.
Soaking.
But it takes such a secure, like, how does a guy get to that point? Because I cannot imagine a guy being like saying that in a way that's like convinced. Like, I can maybe hear a guy saying it, but like, how does a guy get to that point where he can say that with conviction and like?
For sure.
Like, that's a hard one.
Well, I think
that is so good. That is really good, Max. Jesus Christ.
The 93%. So the words aren't even that good. It's the energy behind the words. And I think that your state is what you are. It's your energy. There's two things that make up your state to make it easy. I think it's body language coupled with mindset. Those two things together make up your state. And the cool thing is they impact each other. If I asked you, like, what does a depressed person look like? You would be able to tell me body language-wise what they look like. Yeah. So number one, if you want to feel better, get into a more attractive, confident body language. You'll go there in the mind as well.
Like doing what?
I don't like to get crazy into body language because I think it's like, again, if you're in your head, you're dead. All you need to know is do not cover up your chest. Because biological times, guys who cover up their organs, it shows that in this moment, they do not feel safe. They do not feel comfortable. A girl sees that. Girls are much more inept on this kind of stuff than guys are. If she says, wow, subconsciously, this guy doesn't feel safe in this moment, well, then how the hell can you trust him to keep you safe? Yeah, of course. But I think the best mindset to really get there quickly is I teach these guys having a mindset of every girl wants me. Now, I truly believe that. Is it true? Obviously not. I'm sure there's a girl out there that doesn't want me,
Yeah.
right? But I think when you tell yourself that, you're going to act so much more different because...
This is where we're going to disagree.
Interesting.
I don't know, though, because guys can take it a little bit too far. This is my problem. If a guy goes into a mindset of every girl wants me, guys can take that to where it comes off cocky. And
For
it
sure.
comes off like, it's almost like a repellent in a way. Like, if I feel like a guy walks into a room, there's a very, very fine line between confidence. And if a guy walks in, has, like we like to call it, like big dick energy. But if a guy walks in with this mentality of every girl wants me, I'm running the other way.
For sure.
I don't know about you.
Yeah. I'm probably running the other way also because I'm following you.
I think that...
No. I feel that though. Like where it's just kind of like, but I
maybe
do have some friends. I will say I do have some friends that are like, when guys walk in with this like, oh, like, yeah, I can get any girl, whatever, this and that. At first they'll be like, oh my God, like I can't stand him, blah, blah, this and that. But it ends up working in the end.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, this is what I think. So to keep that fine line in check, keep that fine line in check, what I tell these guys is, it's like, you guys, would you say the majority of men who approach you are like the coolest, most attractive people in the world?
No.
Have a great personality.
No.
Okay, so you know that when a guy approaches you, probably this guy's gonna be creepy, he's gonna suck. So when a guy approaches you with that energy, even if he's cool, he's already in the hole because of all these other guys in the past.
Yeah.
But if he approaches you with the mindset, what I tell them to think of is I say, think of a time when a girl liked you, but you didn't like her back. How did that make you feel? And then they say, it made me feel desirable. It made me feel confident. It made me feel certain in myself. So I said, imagine, well, first of all, after that conversation, that girl that you didn't like probably liked you even more because you were acting so attractive. So imagine if you could bring that energy with a girl that you actually like. How much better would you do with girls?
Yeah, because girls, we can definitely feel that.
I guess it's better than being insecure. So I'd rather you be like big dicking and being like,
Well, I do feel
hey,
like,
yeah, I can get every girl in the world than being like, oh my God, thank you for looking at me. You know what I mean?
I think what my problem is the guys that I sometimes have that mentality of I can get any girl in the world are actually the most insecure guys. And I think that's one thing I've noticed is sometimes these guys that come off as like they think they're the shit are the most insecure guys and need the most validation.
I mean, same with girls. I feel like girls are like, I'm hot shit, blah, blah, this and that. Like, those are like the most.
Yeah.
To me, I think, because I don't feel like I have that energy personally.
Yeah.
I think that the line between that is, I think the insecure guys will go to insulting the girl, trying to put her down, to try and put himself above her.
Yeah.
And I think the other guy is just confident and secure in himself to the point that he doesn't need this girl to raise up his value. He doesn't need to put her down.
I get that. No, I get that.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah.
We
there's a fine
automatically
line,
just
though.
jump to the douchebags. We're always like,
We're like-
oh, yeah,
we're like,
you're
you know
the
this
hot
guy?
shit, huh? Is that what you are? Yeah, fuck you. Okay?
Yeah, but
I
that's
know.
what we do. That's what we do.
Yeah. We're like, he's just like, no. He's like, just someone that's secure. We're like, oh, why didn't you just say so?
Do you ever, like, being a girl, I have to say, I
Did you say bang a girl?
No, I said being a girl. Being
Oh.
a girl. I tend to gravitate more towards this bad boy mentality. Is there a chapter in your session about that?
Yeah, I don't think you really like the bad things that they do. I think you like the energy that they have. And I think if you could find a good person who had that same energy, I think it would be really awesome.
Yeah.
The problem is good people don't have that energy a lot of the time.
I feel
And I
that.
really want to bridge that gap.
Wow. Vote for Max for president.
Seriously. Oh my God, let him bridge the gap, please.
Oh my God. That
Because the bad boy's more masculine.
If good guys had bad boy energy,
Oh my God. Game changer.
game changer.
Oh
I
my
want to
God,
watch
Ari's
that
looking
porn.
at me,
That's
he's
it.
like,
That should be a category in porn. Good boys or good guys with bad energy. I'm like,
Yeah, he's like,
yes.
you naughty little whore, huh? And I'm like, uh-huh. Yep, but he's a good guy and he pays
With
his
a good
taxes.
401k.
Yeah,
Yeah.
there
Yeah.
you go. Oh my God, I love it.
I have a 401k, you guys. I didn't even know.
That's a whole nother fucking shit show in itself. How do you think attraction and chemistry is initially there? Like, do you believe in like love at first sight, so to say, or do you think if a guy is adamant enough and like has the right tools, can he build that chemistry? Like, if a girl's like not interested, do you think if he's adamant enough and he uses kind of the tools you teach him, he can kind of break down those barriers?
Yeah, I think he can probably break down the barriers. I think he can probably sleep with the girl. I think he can probably go on a couple dates. I think if it's really hard to work for, though, it's probably never going to work out long term. That's just what I've seen in the past 2 years. It's like when it's hard to work for, yeah, you guys can sleep together. Yeah, you can go on some fun dates. Cool. But it's not going to be a long-term
Why do you think
thing.
that's true?
Because I think if it was meant to work out, and I'm not saying like soulmate kind of thing. I'm just saying if this person was meant to be in your life at this moment, it shouldn't be that difficult. It shouldn't be that challenging.
But maybe a girl, I'm like speaking for myself, but maybe a girl just wants to see how much effort he's willing to put in, because
we're talking about milking it, huh?
in a way, it's just, as me personally, like with the business and everything going on, it's like, unless the guy's willing to put in a lot of effort, I'm just not going to show interest. And it's like, I feel like I maybe asked for a little bit too much effort.
Yeah, honestly, for Julia specifically, I've really realized that like there's times where it's like she's right on the border where she's like, yeah, I'm totally into him. I'm just kind of like testing him, like fucking with him. So it's like I'm gonna fuck with him a little bit just to see like if he'll do this, and if he doesn't do it, then it'll completely change her idea of him. Or if he does do it, then she's like, all right.
Like, I'll give you a little bit of insight, and I think Beth can testify to this. Mm-hmm. Girls have these things called icks, and an ick is something that can be so small, but the minute an ick happens, it's done.
Interesting.
And it's not fair. I'm not going to say it's fair because it's not. It could be as little as him wearing flip-flops with jeans one day, and it is an immediate.
Nope.
I mean, what's
for you, it's tight jeans.
Oh, I hate tight jeans.
You hate tight jeans. I know you do.
Such an ick. But okay, that's
should date.
But I'm saying like that's not fair, and I don't think it's fair as girls. But I will say that there are these tiny little things that immediately it's done. Mm-hmm. And like how do you teach guys? Like I don't know if that's even it's not fair. I'm not saying it's fair. I'm just giving a little bit insight.
Have you ever overlooked an ick ever?
Yes, you have.
Have I? Mm-hmm. What ick have I overlooked?
You've overlooked
being cheated on.
Okay, yeah, and that's like that's a huge ick.
We'll get into that. I have that segment. We'll get into that.
Okay, yeah.
We'll get into that.
But
no, I mean I don't even know where I was going. I feel like it's maybe not fair to these guys that do put in a lot
it's like
of effort.
small icks. Small icks will bother you, but then it's like a big ick. It'll be like cheat on, and you're like, we can work through it, right? You know what I mean? Where it's like, why does that happen? Like in like a woman's brain.
I don't know. Maybe it is though and that's where I feel like we play into this more masculine, feminine energy. Maybe it's just like a masculine thing of like trying to point out these red flags that maybe aren't even red flags, so that we don't end up getting hurt. I don't know what it is.
Yeah.
I think that the majority of men in 2021 really suck.
Okay, well, we're on the same page for that.
I think they're really not attractive. I think they're really not truly alpha. I think they really fake a lot. And I think that on like 2 or 3 dates, you guys catch them and it's like you haven't really been dating who you think you've been dating. Yeah. It's like they sent like the best version of themselves.
But
which is not even like that great.
But do you consider guys that are maybe taking your course, are they putting on a front for a little bit? Do you know what I mean? Because if I start dating a guy and he's sending me voice memos, he's meeting me with you once a week, and it's almost like I'm dating you in a sense.
I feel like that. I feel like I have like 40 girlfriends.
Oh,
because I'm like constantly answering like all my clients and stuff.
But
so
how is that
I
fair?
I feel that. I do not give them one single line to say. I do not give them one single text message to say.
Okay. Because it feels fake.
I'm giving them an energy, but at the end of the day, if someone has a different energy,
it's like you're the hype man.
Does that mean like that's not who they are? You know, they're just tapping into a different resource. Like if you've been,
it is just advice. Like
if you've been sad
advice
for 6 months and now you're happy, like, are you a fake person? You're just in a better place. I really honestly do not give them one line or one text message. Really. I always tell them, like, if you can communicate, they'll send me a screenshot. I say, if you can communicate this energy in your own words, because mine will not work for you. Because it's not about what you say.
I'd be like, copy paste.
I know. No,
okay.
True story.
Whatever.
True story. Becca is in an argument one day, hands me her phone and is like, I don't know what to say. I was like, I got this. Like, this is easy. I type up a paragraph for her. I'm like, dude, I was like, put it in your own words maybe and just send it how you would send it. The reply is literally, who typed this for you?
Yeah, I literally copy pasted it, and he was like, who the hell wrote this for you? And
I'm like getting so deep.
Fuck. And it wasn't even like that crazy. It wasn't even like that where I was like, oh, it seems like I'm like poetic or anything like that. But yeah. Anyways,
Wow.
So don't copy paste, you guys. People will know.
I think there's an energy behind text messages, and I think a text message could be amazing. And if you copy and paste it, it's like the energy is gone.
Yeah. I don't know, because it's like we talked about it for a while, and we were just like getting all like hot and heavy, and we were kind of well, she was writing it, and I was hyping her up.
Yeah, I mean, I can see. But how are you teaching these guys to embrace their own energy? It's like, how do you teach someone that?
Mm-hmm. I mean, they're like asleep. People walk around asleep. They walk around in their head, constantly overthinking, constantly second guessing themselves. It's like they're not even present in the world.
Yeah.
They don't even have a personality yet. It's like just getting them out of their head, putting them into their body, making them feel better about themselves. This is what I say. I say like state equals your thoughts and behaviors, which then equals your result. I think a lot of other people online will tell you what thoughts and behaviors to have. Stand like this, walk like this, talk like this, say this. But that's only going to get you so far, because that's only 7% of it. If you're worried about getting in an attractive state, if you're worried about being in an attractive mindset, body language, the thoughts and behaviors would come with that.
No, I totally agree.
Because a shitty thought can't come out of like a attractive brain.
I have a quick question. Just one quick question. No, like for the boys online, seriously. But what do you think? Let's say, okay, like modern day fucking 2021 type thing. If you're at like a club or if you're at like a bar, what do you think is like the best way to approach someone nowadays? Because it's like, because honestly, like I feel like back in the day, it would be like, oh, like you go up to her and you're like, hey, what's up? Blah, blah, blah. And I feel like now it's like, oh my God, please like leave me alone. You know what I mean? Like it's so much of like, leave me alone.
Yeah.
Like I feel like everyone's like, all girls are fucking pushing out like, just stop.
Yeah.
So
Well, I feel like it's
what
almost like leave me alone, because at least for me, I feel like guys cast a wide net, see what they can get in, and then kind of take their options. So it's like, are you approaching me because you genuinely want to know me, or are you just casting a large net because it's 1:30 in the morning and you have 30 minutes to bring someone home with you?
So like, what do you think is like the best way to like approach someone that you are interested in? Like...
Yeah, so I do like two different approaches. I think one is good for a club. I think one is good for just meeting a girl out during the day. It's definitely a different setting. I think during the day, I think when you first approach someone, there's always this weird, awkward energy between the two. And I think it's created by two questions that the girl has on her mind that the man fails to answer. I think when you first approach a girl, she wants to know, number one, why are you talking to me? And how long are you going to be talking to me for? Because when you don't have a time limit on it, it's like, like I have to go here, I have to do that. Exactly. If a guy just approached you at Starbucks and said, hey, I'm meeting my friends, they're 5 minutes late, I have to go in 5 minutes, but I didn't want to be like a typical millennial and just surf on Instagram aimlessly. You looked really cool, I just wanted to come say hi, what's up? Like if you just had 5 minutes, Julia would say like, I can talk to this guy for 5 minutes. And why is he talking to me? Because he doesn't want to be a typical millennial on his phone. A little bit different in the club though, because what you just said.
Yeah, so what would you say club?
So I think when you first approach a girl in a club, her wall is going to be up. The first approach, you'll probably won't even get that far at all. So what I always tell them to do is like a quick 10 second approach.
10 second approach. Yeah, I was gonna be like 5 minutes at the club. I'd be like, wait, what?
Right. Quick 10
seconds.
Vodka. I'm like, I'm sorry, I can't hear you. I'm like, oh my
9 more minutes.
Song. Where's Julia?
I think if they walk around and they just say hi for like 10 seconds to girls that they're interested in, right? Just walk up and be like, hey, what's up? Have you ever been here before?
And then you're like,
oh, this is my first time. Did you meet anyone cool yet tonight? Oh, cool. I'm gonna go grab a drink. Maybe I'll run into you later. If you do that to like 10 girls, which might sound like a lot, but 10 seconds, once you get the momentum going, it's easy. Number one, you're not going to vibe with every girl you run into. That's reality. So don't reapproach the ones that you didn't like or you didn't vibe with, right? There's going to be some that you still have an energy with.
I don't feel like it's, if you're just saying, okay, I'll hit up 10, I'll at least get 2, then I'll pick 1. Like, it's not special. And if I'm a girl.
Yeah, but you're at high, dude.
We're
also at like 11.
Well, I feel like the approach hasn't even started,
it's
right?
It's not special. They're like, do you want more ones to throw or not?
Okay, go on.
I feel like if you approach a couple for just 10 seconds, build up that familiarity effect. I think when you come back and approach the girls that you were interested in and had like an initial chemistry with, I think you're no longer a stranger. So I think her guard will be much more down from the get-go, and I think you would have a much better approach right there. And that would be like the real first conversation. But the fact that it's a familiar face in a club, you're already more excited to see it.
You know what? Okay, this might seem a little bit creepy, but I kind of feel like sometimes you kind of have to like go for like long-term type things, but you might be thrown in the friend zone. I don't know how to get you out of that right now. But if you go up to girls and you're like, hey, whatever, introduce yourself like this and that, then the next time you go out, if they're like girls that go out constantly, then you can be like, hey, how are you? And girls are always excited to see guys that they've seen before. Yeah. You know what I mean?
It's
and
a waiting
game. You're like, it is a waiting game where it's not like, okay, yeah, she's coming home with you tonight. But if you just like introduce yourself, you're chill, whatever, not creepy. This
I don't
and
know.
that,
if you see a same guy over and over at a club, it's kind of
not like over and over and over. Okay, I'm not saying stalk this person, you guys.
You go to Starbucks, they're there. You go to the grocery store, they're there. You go to
no, not like the grocery store, but like.
By the time you get to the bank, you're just going home with him. Yeah.
Fuck you again. All right.
No, but like I feel like when you're out and like if you're at like house parties like this and that, like if you're seeing this person like where it's like they're just like, hi, whatever. Maybe the next time that you see them, you don't go up to them, but you make sure that they maybe like see you there or whatever. Like normally, sometimes girls will come up to you and be like, hey, have you been? You know what I mean? And like say hi to you.
I will say that's one of the most attractive things is seeing a guy approached by other girls. And it's like a...
So like the first time you introduce yourself and then maybe like the next time you see her out, you don't introduce yourself, but... You don't say like, oh, I've never met you before, whatever, like this and that. But you don't go up to her, but you kind of introduce yourself to like other girls.
But you stand just close to where she sees you in her peripherals.
Close enough where she sees you, where she's like, wait, I like recognize that guy and he's saying hi to like other girls, whatever, this and that. And then maybe she'll come say hi to you. And then just take it slow. Take it fucking slow.
Take it really slow. Well, this is I think next question is when guys, okay, say they've met this girl, the ball's rolling, they went on a first date, it's really great. How do you guys ask you about having sex on the first date?
Yeah.
I'm like,
I've heard
do you
that one
encourage? Yeah, I'm just like, from a guy's perspective, why are you laughing? Becca likes to have sex before the first date. Before the date even happens.
Well, at least the conversation shouldn't be awkward then when you get there. So
it wasn't. I had a great dinner.
Great strategy.
It was great.
You got the sea bass.
All right.
The noodles.
No, but like, what's your advice to guys? Should they hold out on, after, I don't know, this generation moves so fast. It's like,
for sure.
Some like Becca, some people don't even go on dates.
No, but seriously, people will be like, no, that's it. Like it's not even.
I feel like there is a lot of pressure to have sex.
Yeah. So that's what kind of sucks. That's what I feel like where it's like if guys don't feel like they're getting some. Like, okay, people say to hold out. There's always like two fucking ways to go. You either hold out and then he'll like you better, so don't fucking give in and this and that because he'll respect you more if you don't fucking give it up. And then there's always that thing where it's like, if you don't give it up or if you do give it up, whatever, like, maybe he'll enjoy yourself, but it's not going to be like long term like this and that. But then some people like meet people and they're like...
For the Uber gets there, they
honestly...
I think if they go out with this is my goal, if that's their goal, they're gonna fail. It's not gonna be good. The girl's gonna pick up on that. It's gonna be needy because it's like he's gonna need something from you, and you're gonna pick up.
It's too pushy.
It's gonna be creepy.
Say that's not his goal, but say the date goes really, really well.
What if the girl busts out? Huh? Tatiana on like her own.
What do you mean?
I'm lost as well.
Welcome to the shit show. I'm Becca.
No, what do you like? A girl like is like take your clothes off.
Where it's like the guy's not pushy about it, but let's say like the girl's like.
I think it'd be even hotter if he was like, I don't know.
No, right?
I don't know though, because then I'd feel a little embarrassed if I was, but I would never do that. I would never.
Me neither.
I hate you.
Okay, go on. Go on
Where
next.
were we with that? Okay, so if they go out, you said...
Okay, so the guy goes out. It's a great first date.
Right.
They're going back. Yeah, obviously, like, I feel like you should kiss on the first date. Like, whatever.
Yeah, you gotta peck
kiss.
at least.
No, you gotta have tongue at least. That kind of can tell.
I don't know.
Yes.
You think so?
Yes.
You think tongue?
I just pecked you at the beginning of this episode. Like, you need tongue. You need some tongue.
I'm in a fucking room pecking, dude.
I think a lot of guys will make the mistake of the entire date. They won't touch her at all. I don't mean in a sexual way. I just mean like whatever.
Yeah, like where they're like, oh my God, I don't.
And at the end of the day, it's like they have this doorstep moment where he goes in for the kiss and it's like, whoa, it's like 0 to 100.
Becca, I'm going to strangle you. No, put that down.
Ooh, I like that.
Okay, start
Very
over.
feminine.
I'm sorry. Yeah, exactly.
I think that if they don't touch her at all, and then they go in for the first kiss, it's like 0 to 100. It's like, whoa.
Yeah.
I think
Real
from
quick.
the get-go, if you start touching her, right? If you just touch her arm when you first meet, give a hug, then you're at dinner, touch her leg, whatever, touch her stomach maybe. It's like as they gradually get a little bit more sexual, all that stuff, like you just said, like kissing with tongue on the first date, it's like that wouldn't even be 0 to 100 anymore. Like it should, I would say like the guy's the gas pedal, the woman's the brakes.
I don't know, because if a guy's too pushy, there is a very like, I don't know. I wouldn't say the woman's a break.
feel
I
like
wouldn't
you
let her
can
break
say-
you, because by the time when a woman gets to the point where she's breaking you and asking you to like
Of course,
chill,
100%.
you've already kind of broken that barrier, and it's like I'm kind of like over it.
Okay, good point.
So-
Good point. But I do feel like where it's like, just see the reaction. Like if she's kind of like, like kind of
Yeah.
like
Like
smiles
a little test.
and is like where it's like, like, you know, like I'm smiling, but I'm like that wasn't like chill. Then don't fucking
Yeah.
keep doing
This
it.
is like the seduction phase.
Yeah.
And I think I really want your guys' opinion. I think what a guy can do to make it a little bit better is almost like blame the girl for a little bit. So imagine if he was out on a date and he was like, stop looking at me with that eye contact, or stop laughing at my jokes like that. Like, you're gonna make me want to kiss you right now. And we don't
this
want
is like so TikTok.
we don't
what
want
she
that kind of
doesn't
trouble. Like by saying
doesn't
like
like
don't
the
do that,
TikTokiness.
or trouble's gonna happen.
What did you just say? I'm gonna kill you. Keep going.
By saying something like "don't look at me like that," or like "trouble is gonna happen," or something, or like in my car, for instance, I have a playlist right on my car. Literally says "trouble" with the devil emoji. It's like all the weekend, all very sexual
Oh,
music.
God.
When a girl gets in my car, immediately she wants to click on it. I'm like, probably shouldn't do that. Like I honestly have to. I work early in the morning. I have a
Okay,
client.
see, I like that. I like
I just
that.
want to get home.
Yeah, that's
and then
good,
she starts
that's good.
playing the morning or wicked games. I'm like, fuck, now I have
my
to
God,
put my
the
hand on
morning.
her thigh. And it's not even my fault. Like, you did
Okay,
this.
no.
Hands from the
There's, I like the playlist. I dig that.
Mm-hmm.
I dig. But if a guy, but again, too,
Why do you have a sex playlist, huh? Are you fucking a lot of girls? That's what I'm thinking.
That's what
It's
Rebecca
just
says.
the weekend, Becca.
Yeah, I know. And he talks about eating out girls and a lot of drugs, and I'm into it. So who else have you done this with?
Word.
No, but I just think I feel like but I'm not. Listen, I'm not the typical like. I feel like I can read into that very easily, and if a guy's like, "Oh, stop looking at me like that," it's an eye roll. It's like a. But the way you approach it of like, "Oh, listen, I have a client in the morning. You can't be like." I don't know. I feel like there's a way to do it that maybe comes off better, but I don't know.
Zoom
Like,
call.
if you're gonna,
I have a Zoom call at 9 a.m.
if a
I have a
girl's
Zoom
coming back to your
call
house,
in
for
my name.
instance, instead of like Netflix and chill, you're gonna make like a move. It's gonna be awkward. It's gonna
Zoom
be
call
weird.
and look.
Instead of that, let's say like she was coming back to your house and you were just gonna watch one episode of one show. It's like you both know what's going down.
Yeah.
But in order to make it not awkward, saying something like the second you're at your front door, like, listen, I seriously have a work early in the morning. I really want to get some sleep tonight. So we're just gonna watch this episode and that's it. Okay? Promise me? And it's kind of
That's
funny.
cute, yeah.
Yeah, I have a smirk. Yeah, she gets it. It's not like
Yeah, you're
it's not like it's
fucking-
under the radar. But it's like at that point it almost becomes a challenge for her. Because
Like,
she's
oh,
like,
he's gonna
She's like-
deny me.
She's like, oh yeah, no, second episode? Yeah, right. Watch this shit. I'm
You
gonna
have the-
pop
are
this
you-
shit all night long.
What is in that mug?
And you're gonna be like, you're meeting.
Someone help me rein it in. I think it's just a fine line of, I don't know. Honestly,
It's a
I don't know
totally a fine
why.
line.
I kind of like, you're going to be like, oh my God. I like the, can I kiss you? Like, I just like the straight up,
Yeah, right.
Guy,
I don't know. You don't not like that shit. And I know you don't.
yeah, I do.
No, you don't. Can I kiss you? You're gonna be like, you can't just fucking kiss me. I know.
Interesting.
No, I mean, even if I was just
Can
like,
I
just,
kiss? May I? Okay, whatever.
no, but I'm saying just be, I just feel like playing around, like maybe it does make her like want it a little bit more if you're like, listen, like you're holding off and like, come on, I got like work in the morning. Yeah. Does that make me like, is it kind of like a test of like, I'm going to make him late for work in the morning? 100%.
100%.
But I do think at the same time, I like the blunt of like, I'm attracted to you. I want to kiss you right now. I don't know. I don't know which.
Again, I think it's all down to the 93% of the words that are
It's
being
true,
said
that's
is your
true, that's true,
energy.
that's true.
Okay, but think about this. What if he kisses you? What if you guys went on a date? Okay, I'm not saying do this in like with people in the club. Like, do not go up to people in the club and fucking kiss them. Like, if you guys are like on a date, whatever, this and that, if you kiss them or whatever, or like if you're out, like if you guys are like having chemistry, whatever, you just go ahead, go fucking full force, just kiss them, and then be like, I got
I
work in the
kissed
morning.
them?
No.
Oh.
The guy kisses you, and then he's like, hey, I got work in the morning, but I'll talk to you soon. Dips.
Ooh. Yeah.
You want that, right?
Yeah. I mean,
Yeah, Max. Hand
I
over
think I
your
found my
fucking
new
badge.
co-coach.
hand over your badge.
Yeah, just like
Ari,
kisses
if you need me to like call you tonight, and I'll be like, Ari, you have work really early in the morning. Get your ass here. What about guys that come to you? Maybe they just got out of a toxic relationship and they're like wanting to get back into dating.
Mm.
Do you think it's like you can date an ex again?
So tricky. I think a lot of time has to go by. I think you both have to become different people again, for sure, or else it's just going to be off and on forever. I think a lot of time has to go by.
Yeah,
But again,
first
it's
2
like,
days you're like, oh my God, he's so different. And then you're like, and here I go.
Yeah, no.
See you later.
I always tell my clients, because a lot of times they hire me to get a specific girl. And every time
Really?
I'm like, yeah, you know, we could probably do that. And a lot of times we do. But it's like in the back of my mind, I know that that's not going to end up being their end goal. Eventually. It's like that's what they think they want now. But it's like I've been doing this for so long, I know it's not what they're actually going to want. But I always tell them, prioritize a new girl over an old girl. And I don't mean that in like a dick way. I just mean that if it didn't work out before, it's like, let's give someone new a chance.
Yeah.
Because the likelihood of it being the same, maybe it's not 100%, but it's not that high.
Yeah.
You know?
No, that's true. That's true. That's interesting that guys come into it for a specific girl.
All the time. More than half.
And it doesn't surprise me that they end up with a different. And it sucks because
More
I feel
than
like as girls, we overlook those guys that actually want to put in the effort. And then in the end, we kick ourselves for it.
Yeah.
We
100%.
go after that guy that like we end up that isn't putting in the effort. And then at the end, when that other guy that put in the effort is with that other girl, I promise you, she's kicking herself. When you have guys come on and take you're working with them one-on-one, do you encourage them to date multiple girls at once? And do you I'm wondering if that is considered cheating in a way.
I don't encourage them to have multiple girlfriends at once. But yeah, no, what I encourage them to go out on multiple first dates at once to really know their preferences. Because like I said in the beginning, it's like these guys literally don't know what they want. Yeah. So it's almost not even fair to the girl for the guy to commit and not even know. You know what I mean?
I don't know. This is such a tough one because even let's say I'm casually dating a guy.
Hate that.
It's just, even if I'm casually dating a guy and we go on, let's say 2 to 3 dates, whatever. And then let's say it blossoms into something and it is more exclusive and he does just then decide to date me. If I then like find out that even when we were casually dating, we're on the 3 to 4 dates, whatever, and he was dating other people, it makes me feel like he was still pondering like
I'm not sure about her.
Yeah. It's
like where it's like you want them to be like, oh my God.
I just, as a girl, I want, if a guy, maybe this is too much, but if I go on a date with the first guy and I'm like, I know who I am and like I want a guy to leave the first date going, I don't want to go on any other dates.
Yeah,
I don't know. That's
like,
bad.
I'm into it.
Yeah, and that's selfish. But honestly, if I go on a date with a guy and it's one date, I won't be pushing. I won't be exclusive. Like I won't make him say he's exclusive with me. Mm-hmm. But I'll make the conscious effort. If I go on one date and I really, really am into him, I will not go on. I don't even find the need to go on other dates. I won't even like need that. I'll just be like, can't wait to see. Even if I go on another date, I'd be like, damn, I can't wait till I see him next.
I feel like that's how girls are though.
But why couldn't it be this? Like, I don't know.
Guys, oh my God.
You
take it over, Max.
I think if the girl is going on multiple dates as well and the guy does not go on multiple dates, I think immediately his energy is going to become very needy on this one person. And I think the man that you went out on a date with might not be the man that you go out on the second and third date with because he's in such more a needy place now. If he doesn't have like this masculine energy down and whatnot.
Because if they are needy, then you would be like, no.
And then you might be like, wow, I can't believe I didn't go on any dates for 2 weeks for this guy who ended up not being what I thought he was.
That's very true.
That's true.
And it kind of makes you jealous in like a good way where it's like you guys are unofficial and you kind of want to lock him down. It kind of like boosts you.
I don't want you guys to take this the wrong way, but when a guy tells me immediately I went on a date, I really like this girl, I tell him, don't stop texting other girls who are texting you for the first couple weeks, for the first couple of days. You're already like ringing at me. Because if you do, you're going to go into a needy place. You're going to lose this girl you really like.
Yeah, you're going to get pushy.
If you just have conversations with other girls who are showing you interest, it will have to keep you in that more abundant state that put her in your life in the first place.
That's
I know, it sounds fucking terrifying. Like, I'm pissed, and I'm like, I have nothing to be pissed about,
I don't mean when you're in a relationship, cheat on her, do anything like that.
And you're cheating on me?
It's not even considered cheating, and it's so sad that it's just, I feel like as women, it's sad, but men have made us so competitive. And even we'll talk about it, is it's as simple as seeing a guy that I'm interested liking other girls' pictures. And I'll be the first. I love girls shooting half naked. I will support, and you go, girl, you go get it. But the minute I see, and it's like, I just don't get why it's, I don't know. It's just like a.
But there's the thing though, like you guys just said 20 minutes ago, I don't mean to sound like a bad way, but you guys said when you're at a club, you see other girls talking to the guy, you're like, fuck, like who is this guy? I really like him. And
I know, and then I'm like, stop.
And if he does stop in that moment.
It's me and you or no one.
If he does stop before you guys have a lot of investment in each other, you will lose attraction for him.
That's true.
You will. So it sucks, and it's like no one wants to talk about it. It's uncomfortable, but at the end of the day, it's like the energy that got you here is going to keep you until there's enough investment, and then you guys can be exclusive. Investment? I don't think there's a time limit on it, for sure. I think it's more emotional, but I think after 2 to 3 dates, you know, if you're really feeling it, I think, like you said, I think you can feel it.
But okay, so say that happens, and then you know, exclusive, and then the fire, that passion kind of dwindles. How do you reignite that? You know, I feel like you can kind of feel it when you're in a couple, and you're as a couple, and you can feel like it's getting routine, it's getting mundane. Like, how do you re-spark that in a relationship?
For sure. I think the only way the fire dies, I think the only way it gets mundane is the man is not as solidly and as masculine, and the girl has to pick up for the slack that he's leaving behind.
Wow, that is.
Then it becomes an arrangement. It becomes a business partnership. The girl has
become more masculine.
Pick up his slack
to make it back in the fire.
No, he's saying that's the only way that he feels like the fire would die is that normal relationships, the guy and it's true. Guys slowly kind of go back and like don't put in as much effort, and I totally I will agree with that 100%.
Yeah, and then the effort becomes like a nuisance, like to a guy where they're just like, oh my god, annoying.
Effort's sexy. Effort is so sexy.
Yeah.
Effort, yeah.
I love that.
Where are we
Wait,
at?
I had a quick question, and I couldn't even remember. What were we talking about before? Dwindling.
Passion.
Fuck.
I don't know. Do you have any other questions that you can actually think of?
I literally had a fucking question. I was like, don't forget.
If you don't have it, the last thing that might provide value to them could be like DMs.
DMs?
That could be like, I think the last thing that we could hit on really strong.
Yeah. Let's do it. Cool. What would you say? DMs?
Sure. So I think the only way to slide into a girl's DM would be replying to her story. Because when you first
That's what I said.
Message a girl, coach. It's going to happen.
And I said, what's that song? Something like that. Where are you eating?
What is that?
Like, where it's like, you reply to their story, you know, when they play music, and you're like, oh, what's that song called? Or it's like, let's say they're eating out somewhere, and you're like, oh my God, like, where are you eating at? That looks so good. Like, something like that. Like, just very cash.
Well, I think when you reply to a story, it's like they can't see the preview of the text because it says so-and-so replied to your story. So number one, it invokes some curiosity in there. I think people work hard on their stories. So when someone replies to it, it essentially says this person just judged your life. So you're interested, you want to know what it said. And exactly, you know, saying something like that brings up a really important point, because when a girl posts a hot picture of herself, you should never reply to that photo, because you guys know. You guys are literally the perfect people to talk about. The majority of guys who will reply to that will most likely be creepy, be not cool, be whatever. And even if you are awesome, you will get the bad rap for those guys. Yeah. So not only should you show up like no one else, you should show up when no one else does.
Oh, I love that.
When I reply to a girl's story, it's her freaking sandwich, it's her cat, it's her grandma, because those are the stories that other guys are like, oh, fuck this.
I love that.
Who's your grandma?
And then I'm the only one in her DMs. I don't get the bad rap for all these like loser guys.
I love that. I love that. Should we ask our lovers Q&A? Let's see. This is perfect. I feel like we have the perfect host on today to help us with this. So we have fans write in. This one says, Dear Shit Show, I'm so happy you guys are finally back. I'm a strong believer in bro code. That being said, I ran into my buddy's ex-girlfriend at a bar earlier this month, and one thing led to another, and we really hit it off. I haven't hooked up with her or pursued anything, but I can't get her off my mind. What should I do? Sincerely, a broken bro.
Oh, fuck, dude. Fuck.
Oh, Max, you take this one away.
So this dude wants his best friend's ex. Don't do it.
Really?
Don't do it. 100%.
What if the passion is just there? Like, what if they had, you know, you have like that, like kind of that chemistry with one of the friends, and it's there, and it's obvious that it's there, and then when the relationship's over,
best friend though, like it's like
it better really be there. I think that's like 2% of the time. I mean, I think that to lose something like a best friend, which is not easy to come by.
bros. Like they're not like best die-hard friends.
So me and a really
Sounds
close,
very Friday to me.
So me and a really close friend of mine had a similar situation like this happen.
Uh-oh.
We handled it really well, for sure.
Okay.
I think it might have even brought us a little
Were
bit
you the
closer.
one that dated the ex, or he dated your ex?
He did my ex.
Okay.
Yeah. But again, it's like we're both in self-development. We're both kind of in this niche, and I think that we're both really, really certain and confident people. I don't know that every dude would handle that situation so well. And even for us, even me being a dating coach, it was like it definitely added some tension to our relationship for a while. And I don't think it was worth it.
Really?
Definitely not. So my advice, I would say no.
He's like, don't do it.
I would
and
say
he's
no.
been there, done that.
I probably honestly like say no too, because it's like if you had that passion, like I don't know.
Because something hot about it. I don't know. I think it's kind of
hot. It's one of those things where it's like you're gonna hook up once and you're gonna fuck and it's gonna be maybe amazing.
It's gonna be amazing.
And then after that, you're gonna be kind of like,
this is a thing, like girls, right? The girls
It
want to
is.
be
It's
with the
that.
guy.
So wild. It's like the coworker type thing.
So
Yeah.
the way to get
Like where
girls
it's like
is
you're
get
gonna
some
fuck
best
your
guy
coworker.
friends.
You're fucking
Get some best guy.
I don't
Yeah,
know.
I think it's human nature to want what you can't have. And
Totally.
then
If your best friend, is it your best friend if you really wants to fuck your ex-girlfriend? Nah. Huh?
oh my god.
Huh?
No, you're cut off. I'm officially cutting you off. Oh my god. She's done. We're gonna wrap this before Rebecca gets too crazy. Where can people find you?
For sure. We started a brand new YouTube, Coach Max Maxim. Instagram, also Coach Max Maxim. And on Instagram, give a ton of advice on a page called Get Better Game. So
Get Better Game.
those
I
three
love
places.
that. And for all our fans out there that want some help in the love department, email us. Oh god, you are gone.
Email me.
No, email us your questions at shitshow@shagmag.com. What do we remind them to do?
Like, comment, and subscribe.
That is right, baby. Don't remember to check out the iTunes. Oh, fuck. I always fuck this up. Don't forget to check out the audio early on iTunes. It comes out on Tuesdays. And me and Bex got something actually fun today that we're going to be doing on an episode coming soon. I don't know.
What are we doing?
We literally
went to
got
a
it
sex
together.
store.
Okay,
I know
don't
we
say
did.
it. Don't say it out loud.
Okay,
We got to get out of
whatever.
here. All right. Bye, guys.
right.
Like, comment, subscribe. Tell us how much you love us.